Well, hello, Maria Linda. How's it going? Welcome back to the New Mexico Radio Talk Show on a beautiful hump day.
Hello, it's Wednesday. Hello, everybody. Thank you for watching. Gracias por sintonizar a todos los que nos ven. How are you, Hendog?
I am doing mighty fine. We got a lot of people checking in, man. We got Irma Savio all the way from Chucotown, El Paso,
Hi,
Texas.
Irma. Hi, Irma. You're so
We,
beautiful. Thank you for watching, my friend.
we got a lot of people checking in with us tonight, man. It's a hump day Wednesday. We got a lot of people. Thank you for tuning in. I also be sure to check us out on all the digital platforms. We're live on Facebook. We're live on YouTube. We're live on Roku TV. And don't forget, man, we just had a live interview last night, man, with the talented Angel Miranda last night, man, to talk about her upcoming album release that's going down this coming Thursday, man, in San Antonio, Texas. What an awesome interview we had last night. I think we hit about 600 something views last night. And then I think we hit almost 1,000 views or close to 1,000 views on our Monday show, man. We had the Puro Pedo Talk Show. We had the All-Star Podcast. We had the New Mexico Radio Talk Show. We had Jose Pepe Sanchez. We had the Escalante Studios on. We had the Texas Pura Vida Podcast. We had all the podcasts on the show that, on Monday, man. We had a lot of great people on the show. Maria Linda, so how was your hump day?
Everything's going good so far. Busy like always. Teaching, and I'm trying to see if I can hear back from any of the law schools I applied to. I heard back from 2. Everything looks good. The admissions counselors have been talking to me. So everybody, I need your prayers. That's like my ultimate goal, to be an attorney and represent our cultura, fight for all our people out there. So thank you so much for your support. And I love being on the show. I mean, I'm a singer as well. I do that in my spare time. So hopefully later on you can interview me again, Hendog, when I come up with another song. And the Tagalog version of the song I wrote for my parents is still in the works. But I have so much respect for everybody who does this, even full-time or part-time, because You know it, Hen Dog. You've interviewed so many people. It takes so much work just to even do one song. I don't know how people can do like the 10 songs and then the whole album. So that's great. I really admire. Everybody inspires me when I see their stories. So
And then to top it off, Maria Linda, they got to put a video to it, and then they got to put a storyline to it. Y todo pedo. And how do they do
yes,
all that, right?
that's amazing. You guys are so inspiring. You inspire us, and I think it's all connected. We inspire each other.
Yeah, man. We got a special guest in the house. We got a Al Callejón Obscuro. We got Feroz in the house. We got the whole band, man. We're working on getting them in the house. Ah, la máquina. We got this guy in the house. We got Puro Grito Time. Rigo Rodriguez Contrabando in the house, man. Rigo Rodriguez saying hello to us in the house.
Hi, Rigo. Thank you for watching.
We're gonna bring in Jose from Callejón Oscuro. He's a band member from Foros. What's going on, Jose?
How's it going,
Good.
guys?
Thank you
How's
for
everything
joining us.
going?
Well, we want to say thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule, man, and taking time to come and hang out with us, man, on your busy schedule and hang out with the New Mexico Radio Talk Show, man.
Of course, no, absolutely. Thanks for having me. Thanks for having us. The guys are we're trying to log in. I think they're having issues where they're from. Everybody's scattered. I'm in Kennedy, Texas. Stevan Martinez Sr. He's out in the Lubbock area, actually further than Lubbock. I'm not sure the little town, but he's way out there when you put San Antonio area into play. And then, of course, Andrew Rodriguez. He's in Dallas, Texas, and then the drummer Ricky. De la Garza, he's in Polk, Texas. So everybody is scattered, and most of the time, me living in the country, my internet doesn't work. And look, here I am. So I'll try to represent the guys for as long as I can until they jump on and realize, hey, se quedaron dormidos is what I think is going on, man.
Yes, no worries. We're all having technical issues, so thank you so much for joining us. Thank you,
Sure.
Irma. She's saying congrats. Rigo, Puro Grito Time. Thank you, everyone, so much for joining us. So, Jose, talk to us a little bit about your journey. What was your inspiration, or what can you tell us about the musical legacy in your family? I know you have a lot of cool stories to share with us.
Sure, right. I'll go on forever and ever. So these guys need to hurry up and jump on
No,
because
that's
I'm gonna
okay.
take over this show.
We love to
No,
hear.
let's see. So obviously, I'm junior, so Jose Luis Garza Jr. and then Jose Luis Garza Sr., my dad, 74-year-old bajo player who's been in the industry for 60 years, right? That's the inspiration that we in our family have used to inspire ourselves and follow him still to this day because he's still very relevant in the music. He's still playing. He just was inducted to the Tejano Roots Hall of Fame a couple weeks ago, so well earned on that. And then earlier this year, he actually pulled off a ambassador award for the Conjunto Association as well. So he's finally getting, what's been coming to him for 60 years in the music. And then, of course, my brother Santiago Garza, La Naturaleza, he follows everything that our dad has taught us as well. And he's doing a bang up job on that accordion and vocals. So he's doing amazing. Then definitely a brother of mine, also our brother, Efren Garza, who plays accordion as well. Not professionally anymore, but he's a professional dad and a really good job of a dad, So he has his accordion at home, but he focuses on his kids, and that's really good too, We'll have to hand that over to my mom. My mom actually made us good dads, but my dad made us the musicians.
That's a beautiful story, and thank you for sharing that with us. And it's just amazing how people in our family can be so impactful in our lives. And music is just so therapeutic, even for people that are not involved in the industry like us, who are not vocalists or who are not in any way, shape, or form related to music. I think just to be a fan, we all start off as fans, and we owe everything to the fans and people that consume the products and that are in the music industry. Because some of the people that I admire, they're so humble and they always thank their fans. And
Mm-hmm.
we just love meeting people like you that have that energy you have that passion, like for spreading the awareness, like we were talking about earlier,
Sure,
for the
sure.
show, like of our cultura. Who are the people that you admire, like in the music industry, that you take inspiration from?
This is crazy, but I always go back to this, and I'm sure she's tired of hearing this. But Stephanie Montiel, I will tell you how and why. Because I was probably 15 years old, and I was already playing with a band out of Houston, Marky Lee Riojas, which Marky Lee went off to be the vocalist for the Hometown Boys as well. But after he had left. Joe Martinez, the Dream Team, he would have formed his own band, Marky Lee y Grupo Caliente. And I was able to jump on Bajo Sexto with him. Now, how we get to this story is that he was presenting an award in Mexico. There's the New Mexico Music Awards years and years ago. And he asked me to go along with him because I tend to talk a lot. So it'd be easy for me to get on stage and read that envelope and, get the crowd going. But it was backstage when they announced a female vocalist that was going to go up and perform, and it just happened to be Stephanie Montiel. I had never heard of her ever prior to that, and I didn't see her climb the stage, but I know they did or actually, what I remember is the performance was over, and she's coming off stage, and I'm starstruck. I mean, I'm seeing a true professional. I mean, she is dressed to a T, beautiful woman, and from what I heard from backstage, her voice was just amazing. And I remember meeting her and saying hello, and from that point I just, not that I wanted to be a female vocalist, but I was inspired to be something. I wanted to, I guess, influence people the way she influenced me to keep this music going, to keep the onda going for everybody. And I'm telling you, years and years and years later, I was able to catch up with her, and we actually recorded a duet together, and just a dream come true. So to some people that might be a small little dream, and some might want to be lawyers, and some might want to be DJs and promoters in the whole bit. But hey, man,
Exactly.
chase it. Just chase it, man. No matter what, you'll
Yes.
make it come true.
No, that's a beautiful story, and a dream is a dream, and there's no expiration date to it. And she's one of the female performers that I have yet to meet. And actually, it's funny that you mentioned that, because one of the main reasons why my husband and I decided to move to Laredo was because we wanted to come to San Antonio, because it's the mecca of like Tejano music, and
Sure.
all the people that we would listen to on the radio, like Jay Perez and David Mares and Gary Hobbs and Stephanie Montiel and Shelly Lares. We know they're here in San Antonio, so we've
Sure.
met a lot of them at concerts. I haven't met her. My husband and my daughter got to see her perform recently at one of the San Antonio Spurs games, and they
Gotcha.
were just in awe with her. Like, she's
Hmm.
amazing. Her voice, I love her voice as well. And she's had such a long and fruitful career, and she's done so
Absolutely.
much for our culture. So that's awesome that
Absolutely.
you got to meet her.
Yeah. So I don't want to talk too much about my magazine or anything, but she's actually featured in my magazine for the January issue. So you guys got to go check it out, El Callejon Tejano magazine. And there's a 2-page article on her with photos of her and everything. So you guys can catch up with Stephanie on there as well.
Yeah, she's amazing, and her husband too. He writes very well,
Oh,
and
absolutely.
there's so many young artists and older artists. That's what I love about Tejano. It's so welcoming, and there's people of all ages contributing and exposing their art. So that's beautiful that you
Yeah.
mentioned that. Where can people find out more about your magazine? Can you talk to us a little bit more about that and how that started?
Sure. Well, it just started because I had something to say. For, like I've told you, I tend to talk quite a bit, but sometimes things get lost in translation. You know what I mean? Some things can get carried away, and sometimes, pues él dijo esto, pero yo oí que dijo esto. I got tired of that, and I decided I'm gonna put it down on paper, which is now on, digital in the whole bit, but it's there. So please go back
Exactly.
and reference what I said, so that you're not, if you were offended, go and read it a couple of times and then realize I'm just saying what I want to say, and I'm being respectful towards everybody. It just may not be the way most people talk. Hey, I was born and raised in Idaho, right? And then brought to Texas when I was 13, 14, I por ahí. So I do have mixed Mexican culture, and it varies, between Laredo, El Valle, San Antonio, Austin. So sometimes when you have that mixture, the way you talk may offend people. Some people might get it. So I created the magazine so there was no confusion with what Jose was trying to say.
No, that's beautiful. I love that you say that. I love to talk as well. So does Hen Dog. I think we're communicators for that reason, because we love to
Exactly.
talk and we're storytellers. But that's
Hmm.
just part of our culture. I'm mixed culture as well. Like, my dad is Anglo, my mom's a Mexicana, and just our cultura is so tied into the oral storytelling, like what we would call chisme.
Sure,
But
sure.
chisme is not always bad, because that's how we learn about people. That's how we connect, and that's
Hmm.
how the stories are told. So that's
Sure,
beautiful that you are exposing your art as a writer as well, because I love to write, and
sure.
writing is so therapeutic as well.
Definitely, definitely. But yeah, you can just look it up, El Callejón Tejano magazine, and it's there. And like I mentioned, the January issue is free right now, so just click on the link and go to. It'll send you straight to the store. Type in zero, and you get the magazine for free. Now that's just for January. Yeah, February's coming up, and we're thinking about $3.99 for a magazine. But we're talking about a 22-page magazine with different stories. I mean, all kinds of things. It's not your typical what we've seen in the past several years, which is great too. I mean, I appreciate everything that everybody has done to contribute to our culture. I'm just trying to contribute as well. That's all I'm trying to do. Not trying to take over
Exactly.
anything. Yeah.
Yeah, just doing it your way and your style, like a
Sure.
tu manera. That's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh,
So
we got
tell
a
us
lot of
a little
people
bit more.
checking
Oh,
in.
sorry, hen dog. I had one more question. See what I'm talking about? Tell us a little bit more about your musical projects. Like, what are you working on right now, or what would you like to promote, like musically, that you know you want to talk to us about right now?
Sure, sure. So I think that's the whole point is why we were here, right? It's for Ferros. Ferros is having a hard time getting online right now. So again, I'm just trying to kill some time. I'm just the hired hand, man. I just play Waho. I don't own the band. I don't really have say so in it. But I'm gonna cover for the guys, right? Because I got their back. Um, Andrew Rodriguez is the vocalist for Ferros. He used to be vocalist for the South Texas Homies, and he's decided to work on his own project now. So he does have a really good following, and he's got a really good voice as well. I don't know if we're going to play some more music in a minute, but we definitely have an EP out there right now, which we were able to be released in 2024. Strictly Perros. The title is El Rey, which ends up being one of the title songs for the EP as well. And that's all up there. You can get it anywhere you want, all digital platforms. I think as far as hard copies, it's undecided if there's going to be any. I know it's necessary sometimes, but in the long run, digital is just the way it is nowadays. To get it. But Facebook, all the social platforms, social media, everything you can find it by looking up Ferros.
Hen dog, I'm not gonna interrupt you. I know hen
Like,
dog has some questions now.
I was making sure. No, we got a lot of people checking in real quick, man. I'm going down the Facebook list over here. We got Irma Salvio, we got Rigo Rodriguez, we also got Mel Brego, who's one of our very own co-hosts. We got Maria Victoria Perez, we got Jesse Torres, all the way from the All Star Podcast, is in the house. We got Vivian Torres as well. We got Paul and Jessica, which is Paul and Jessica out there, man, who's the managers of the Mexico Radio Talk Show. We got Lara Sanchez, who's one of our very own co-hosts as well. We got everybody checking in from
Hi
all over.
Laura, hi Mel.
We got a lot of people checking in. You got a big following, Jose.
wow. Well, they're here for Ferros, man. Here for Ferros. I'm just, hey, I'm the spokesperson tonight, man. That's it. That's it.
They're here for all of you. They're supporting all of you
Yes.
guys. Yes.
Yes, great. We appreciate that, everybody. We are what you would call a new band. There's just no way around it. Although Esteban Martin has been in the industry for a very long. He's still a very young guy. He started off very young. He's not old at all. He's a young guy. He's just been in the industry a very long time playing accordion. I mean, with the Hometown Boys forever and ever and ever, and recorded many of the hits. Created, not just recorded, but created many of those hits as well. So well deserving of the career he's had and the talent that he's got. He truly owns it. And for him to be able to work on a project like this and really all in is just amazing. I mean, the man is a legend. I can't wait till he jumps on right now so he can tell his story because, again, I have no right to tell his story, but he's a hell of an accordion player. Again, Andrew Rodriguez been in the industry for quite a while as well. He was an accordion player actually, and just was I'm not gonna say in the background, but just off to his side playing his accordion. Then one day he decided I'm gonna be a singer, and boom, the guy's got the pipes for it. So why not? And the recordings say it all. So absolutely, everybody has worked years and years just to get to the point to where we are now a new band, and now we've got these new band barriers that we got to knock down. But I think the music speaks for itself.
I love what you mentioned right now about the music because when I heard the song that you played, which was their version of El Rey, the
Uh-huh.
conjunto just struck out. It just, stood out to me because one of my favorite songs ever is Desvelado, and I love that accordion. So you never know when a version of a song that you record or is going to become a classic, because
Sure.
how many years later is that song still playing? And I think the accordion, there's just something special about it that represents our culture. It's like quintessential. It's like a blending of culture. So it sounded really good what you showed.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And again, I myself, speaking for myself, not for the band, is I think there is a true hard conjunto sound to it. I mean, there's a lot of bands. There's the talent is unbelievable nowadays, and I'm glad that it is that way, and I'm glad that there's a lot of kids coming up right now still wanting to play. That's the whole goal, to keep the tradition going, to keep the heritage and the culture going. Um, but I think in our own right, I think we bring our own sound to it. I think live performances says a lot about it as well. Whether you're staying on key, if you're following the lead on the accordion, that drummer's keeping that timing.
Exactly.
It says a lot, and when I do mean it sounds conjunto, I mean that plays a lot into it. Live performance, recordings. I mean, even singing in the shower, man. You got to stay on key in there too, because if not, you're just gonna carry it with you once you go outside, and if it's wrong, it's wrong. But uh, definitely, conjunto is the sound that we're after, that I am after, and I think that we're pulling it off.
Yes, you're doing
Mhm.
great because it's so distinctive. As soon as the song started playing, you could tell that you're going towards that conjunto feel. And that's what's so beautiful about the Tejano industry, that there's so many subgenres that you can be involved in. Like there's the old school Tejano, and then there's like the new age Tejano that they're doing. There's conjunto. So I love how everybody can bring in like their own style into the mix.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's really what it comes down to. You had spoken earlier about being inspired and whatnot, and how people got started and how you got started in the bit. I remember even though I come from a musical family,
Right.
it doesn't mean that you've automatically got it.
Right.
Oh, I shook my dad's hand at birth and I automatically it was handed to me. No, it took a while to get it. And I'm still working on that. I think my brother Santiago was the one that he was just born with it. Like that guy can play every instrument and sing every note and everything that there works out for him. But it's inspiration wise, I do remember my dad and my uncle again. I think we may have lived in Dallas at the time, and so the weather was colder up there, around this time, and there was a fire going on. A fire as far as they were cooking out, or just a fire to keep warm or whatnot. And they brought out their bajo and their accordion, and right there we were like, "Wow, man! The fact that these guys can do this and it sounds great, and the whole bit, it also became another one of those just to do at home. I just want to pick up a guitar and be able to sing a couple songs for my friends when they come over to barbecue and the whole bit, to look back and realize years later we actually kept it going and we are part of this industry. We continue to contribute to this industry because I was inspired or influenced by my
Yes, I
dad and
love how inspiration is like a little chain, like you're saying, it's not just being born with the talent, it's also nourishing it and cultivating it and
hmm
training yourself. I had so many years of choir and then so many studying music as well at the university, because I studied a little bit of the history of jazz music as well. And that's kind of what I love to sing is boleros, jazz, and mariachi, although I love all kinds of music.
yeah,
But that's why I love people like David Mares, because he does old school Tejano and he brings a little bit of jazz and soul into it, like Jay Perez,
sure,
and they have that bolero feel. But it's
yeah.
like you're saying, we're inspired by our grandparents, but it's also countless hours of training, and just the love of the music is inspiring for us, and that's why we do it. Like my grandma
Absolutely.
used to say, "Por el amor al arte," right? Like for the
Yeah,
love of the art.
for sure, for sure. And that needs to be, you know, um, last year I was able, my brother Santiago was able to, and Joseph Gonzalez, a really good accordion player from Corpus Christi. Just a guys, shout out to
Yeah, he's
Joseph.
really good.
Man, guys. So the three of us were able to judge a competition in the valley because they literally teach high school, middle schools teach these children how to play the bajo and the acordeon, the bass and the drums, for whether it be norteño or it be conjunto. These kids are being taught professionally how to become professional in this industry, so that we can, again, there's a lot of natural born talent, and then there's talent that you nourish, and then there's the talent that you actually have to be taught. And you really have to want to be taught in order to succeed in that. And I see all kids doing it. I mean, you can look it up on Facebook, and then all these schools are just, broadcasting it of all like 10, 15 kids sitting in a chair watching the instructor play the accordion, and they're playing note for note, and there's no getting out of it when you're playing the accordion because there's so many buttons. You miss one, it's going to sound completely off. So the not the strictness from the teacher, maybe it is, but the want from the kids to want to learn is it's really it's great to see that there's more right behind us. There's more coming up, so it's not going to end. It's not going to stop.
Yes, that's beautiful and so exciting. And now that you mentioned that, I went to a fine arts high school in Laredo, Texas, and I'm
Gotcha.
44. So back in the day, there wasn't as many programs as there are now. But luckily, the school that I went to, I had some teachers that had been in Latin breed, and one of my teachers, had played with Little Joy La Familia, like Mr. Joe
Wow.
Quintero,
Wow.
like he was like the keyboard player. So we were just inspired. Like one of my close friends, George Science, played for a while with Ram Herrera. So
Gotcha.
we were part of the mariachi. We played in the rondalla. We played trio, and just we kept it up. I mean, it got taught to us in high school and even before that, but through our families. But once you have it in your youth, I think you take it with you, like, and you share
Sure. Yeah, and you share it. Yeah, because I think by sharing it, you're showing appreciation to those who were before you, who taught you, who really had to work hard. You see, we talked about my dad earlier, 74 years old, 60 years in the business, and still going, still performing every weekend. Um, those are inspirational people. So you kind of, when they see you perform, you're shaking their hand, you're telling them thank you, you're giving them a hug for the sacrifices that they've gone through for us to be able. And we're chiflados in the music right now, dude. We've got it made. We're playing an hour 1 hour set, and or a 2 hour set with an hour break in between. When my dad used to play, it was 4 to 5 hours nonstop, and you'd be lucky if you got a 15-minute break for what, a $40 night. And you were a musician also because you loved it, but you were a musician because that was your job. You needed to
it.
feed your kids. You needed to, put fuel in your car to get to work the rest of the week. So, yeah, yeah. Every time you see one of the older guys or one of our, forefathers, pioneers, yeah, shake their hand, buy them a beer. They've really seen sacrifice. They've really seen a lot to get to this point to where we're complaining because our guitars are too tiny.
Yes, that is so beautiful what you just said. I love what you mentioned about, thanking people that came before us because just like your father, my grandfather was a bolero musician for 50, almost 60 years and
Uh-huh.
Nuevo Laredo, Mexico, which is like the border town with Laredo. Originally, he was from Mexico City, but he got to play with so many important people. People still remember him. He started the Musicians Association. So I think that it's important to keep the traditions going because that's how we spread our culture. I mean, if you see now boleros and just that's why I think people still love Selena and I'll always love her and be a fan of hers because she took so much of our culture to like the next level and that
Sure.
took a lot of hard work and dedication and it was years and so many people are doing that as well. So I think that we should support everyone no matter how small or how big you think the celebrity is. Just the fact
Hmm.
that we're brave enough to say like, hey, this is my little project or this is my big project, that takes a lot of guts because some people will like it, some will not, but it's for the art that we're doing it, not really so much for acceptance, really, because when
Sure.
it's in your heart, it's in your heart.
It's in your heart. And so I heard you a little while ago about you've released the song and you got your song going. It was a lot of work to get that one song done. Well, push yourself a little bit harder to show that appreciation and finish the album. I mean, get yourself 9 songs, get in the studio, record them, and then you really feel then that you've really contributed a lot to it. So
Exactly, exactly. I need to do
motivation.
that. Yes, yes, I need to do that. And with us, I'm the type of person that when I'm inspired, I really get it going. But then since I like to do so many things, but like I told my husband, I did the little slow bolero jazz version that I wrote that song years ago for my grandparents. But like you were saying, I think God is speaking to me through you because how you said you heard one of the songs, the song you did with Stephanie in another version. I kind of
Mhm.
feel like that song has more to give, and I want to make the old school Tejano to it.
Sure,
So people
sure.
can dance to it, not in a slow way, but like in a faster, like Tejano way. So that's
Yeah,
where I'm right
absolutely.
now.
However you feel it. Hey, it can't be wrong. If it's music, it can't be wrong. Sing on key, make sure the instruments are tuned up, and that's it. That's the end of it. There's no one can tell you how to express yourself. Express yourself. Bottom line. And me and Hendog were talking earlier before you came on, because you were saying you get busy. We were talking about how overwhelmed we are with what we've got going on, but we keep pushing and keep doing it.
Yes, 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 yes.
His promotions, everything that he's got going on también. So let's hear a little bit about you, Papa.
Yes.
It's tough, man. Being a promoter, being a podcaster, man, it's tough, man. I mean, getting everything prepared for the shows, man. It's not
Yeah.
easy, man. I mean, I know you, Jose, doing everything for the shows, también doing what you're doing for Carrion Oscuro, man. You set everything up for your artists, your things. I mean, I'm sure it's not easy as well, man. Me doing everything for the podcast and all the artists I have, man. It's not easy, man. I mean, nice, man. Setting up 24 hours trying to get everything done. It's not easy, man.
It's not easy at all. No, I feel you. And then we're gonna add something else on top of that. And then as soon as we finish it, we're gonna add another one on it. But hey, that's what we want to do. Do it.
But I love how it's a team effort, and once you push yourself for that goal, like, you feel so good, like, when you accomplish it, so because you know
Yeah.
all the work that went into it, so
Hmm.
that's amazing, and we have a great team here of ladies that we help hunt dog, and we're, co-hosting, and we have some gentlemen that also help us, so I feel like it's a team effort, and like what you're doing, I'm sure it's a team effort, and everybody putting their part, like, really, really helps out.
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of team, let's talk about Feroz again.
Yes, 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 tell us more about that
You
group.
know, I promised you guys they really wanted to be on. We talked about it all week long, and we talked about it today as we sent out the link. We got the Hen Dog and everything set to go. So I honestly I don't know if it's a technical issue, or honestly, in this day and age, most of these guys still have to have a full time job, to cover their bases, while we're gone for the weekend. Most of the time it's more spending money on the road than what you're making. But as long as you don't tap into the home bank account, I think Mama's happy, and you can keep playing music. But what I'm saying is they might still be, at work. I know most of these guys they work some pretty hard jobs, man. I mean, I think oil field, and I know does some work with 18 and whatnot. So if they're told to stay, they're gonna have to stay and finish their job. So again, I'm just here to cover for these guys for right now. And if you guys have any questions, if anybody watching the show right now has any questions on who Perros is, man, I'm willing to answer those questions and really get the name out there because again, we are a new band, but we've been in the industry for a long time. You guys can trust our music. You guys can trust our word. If we're gonna say we're gonna be there, we're gonna be there, and you guys are gonna have a great show.
No, that's amazing that you're here and life happens, technical issues happen, and we're glad that you're here because it can be like a pre-show and that way when they do come back, we already
Sure.
know a lot more like about the band. So it's good that you're giving us like that backstory and when they come back and if they're able to join us today or not, once they come back, we can get an even better
Sure.
interview that's more in depth. But I want to
Sure.
touch back on what you're saying about how hard it is for musicians that are working and combining that with having a family or going to school and going to work. It brought me back to my days because I used to sing at the Holiday Inn in Laredo when I was in high school, and I remember us getting paid per gig. And although we were getting paid a little bit better because we were under contract and I was just the singer in the band, they got paid their portion and I got paid mine. It was still really hard because it was so many hours of practice of learning all the cover songs. I
Yeah.
think I had like one or two originals, but I have so much respect for people that are working in the industry because people see the final product on the stage and they're like, "Oh, she sang a song, he sang a song," but they
Hmm.
don't know that that song took you like hours of practice.
Sure. Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, that's what it comes down to, right? And especially if it's something that you want to express, something that you write yourself. I mean, again, I speak for myself, right? Um, I will when I start a song, I mean, I'll go through almost an entire notebook, not the big old three subject one, but just the little spiral, you know what I mean? And I'll have so many different verses because they all changed. Holy crap! Maybe I should have been talking about this instead, and you just change it completely, change the melody, change the whole bit. That before you know it, I think I've got like 5 songs in one, but
Yeah.
I've torn everything else out and thrown it away because now this is the final product, what I want, and it goes. So yeah, there's a lot of time consumed in the writing process. I mean, then again, if you don't know how to play every instrument there is that's necessary for whether it be or tejano or any type, you're gonna go out and find your buddies or friends or just musicians you don't even know to help you put the creativeness into the music portion of it, right? And then there's well, now let me come up with some money to get into the studio, and now you're in the studio and trying to get it all done and trying to get all these musicians you put together to sing
Right.
together at the same time, or if they're going to come in individually, I mean, it is a huge process to be able to get just one song completely done, wrapped up, polished, nice and pretty. Now let's go to a photographer. Let's get the photos done. Let's get the covers taken care of, digital artwork, the whole bit, and then just to release a single is a nightmare, right? But once it's out there, like you said, oh, it just feels so great, it feels so beautiful, and you just want to kick back and relax and say, okay, done. Hombre, todavía te faltan 9.
Yes, that is so beautiful. I love how you explained it. And thank you everybody for watching. Laura Sanchez is saying amazing. We have to keep the music going. Yes,
Absolutely.
for sure, Laura. Thank you so much for watching. Do you see anything else, Hendog? Who else is
Yeah, we got Domingo Elias 30 is in La Casa. We got La Máquina. We got a good friend of ours all the way from San Antonio, Texas. DJ Ray from St. Saludos de parte. DJ Ray from the Near Beer Depot, San Antonio, Texas in the house.
Hi, DJ Ray. Hi, Domingo.
Yeah, Johnny J. Martinez from Conjunto Diferencias saying hello. He's saying hello.
Hi, Johnny.
What's up, brother? Johnny J. Yeah, man, good guy. But instead, we were up in Tucson not too long ago, and the guy was a great host, man. Great guy. Just took care of everything while we were there. Great guy. Thanks a lot, Johnny. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you, Johnny. Great musician. I hear a lot of their music online. Thank you for watching.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got a lot of people checking in, man. A lot of people checking into the New Mexico Radio Talk Show, man. A lot of people. We still got a lot of people chiming in, man. We're going to take a short commercial break, man. We're going to play this one right here, man. It's called El Rey by Feroz, man. It's a brand new one, man. It's off the charts, man. It goes a little bit of something like this. ¡Ule!
Yo sé bien que estoy afuera, pero el día que yo me muera, sé que tendrás que llorar. Dirás que no me quisiste, pero vas a estar muy triste y así te me vas a quedar.
Bienvenido, los Jueves Promotions in the house.
Yo hago siempre lo que quiero y mi palabra es la ley. No tengo trono ni reina ni nadie que me comprenda, pero sigo siendo el rey.
Grandma's on vocals. Andrew, not the squeeze box. Steven Martinez, bajo sexy. José Garza. Grupo Feroz, Arrey, brand new single. ¡Ule!
Me enseñó que mi destino
Súbele.
era rodar y rodar. También me dijo un arriero que no hay que llegar primero, pero hay que saber llegar. Con dinero y sin dinero, yo hago siempre lo que quiero
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Brand new single off the brand new album, ladies and gentlemen. Author Feroz. Andrew on the vocals, Steven Martinez. And what's that, guys? Grupo Feroz para todos ustedes, ladies and gentlemen. What an awesome track right there, ladies and gentlemen.
That's a hit right there. Top notch recording. Sounds really, really good.
Sounded really good. Sounded really good.
Amazing.
Hire those guys, man. You got to hire those guys right now.
And you guys are available for bookings, of course. Where can people contact you if they're interested in booking your band?
Sure, right. So we've been talking about Callejon Oscuro Productions. Hey, give me a call, Jose. 830-216-3869, or shoot me an email at callejonoscuropro@gmail.com. I mean, email works best because I'm just on the computer all the time working, so it just pops up. But absolutely, I think that's the goal of being here today, is to introduce ourselves to the public, and you guys know, man, that we are the real thing. We're not just saying that we know how to play. I think that was one of the topics I wanted to talk to you guys about. Was there was a lot of I think we talked about it earlier, Cheesemate, but Cheesemate is good sometimes. Cheesemate could be bad, but
Yeah.
I think the Cheesemate was that the band didn't exist. I mean, there had been some delays and difficulties as far as releasing the band itself. The music was already out there, but in the industry, a lot of people don't stick around very long, and having to borrow a musician. I think that's what had happened early in the Ferros, the life of Ferros. It took a turn in the past couple months, actually about 6 months ago, when Devan Martin joined Andrew Rodriguez. And once those two guys, the vocal and the accordion, were matched up, it was just easy to put the rest of us into the mix, who have that
Exactly.
history or that education in the conjunto music for this style, that now it really does exist. So where before you were seeing let's say a band that was put together to make a gig, now it's an actual show that has been put together. The practices have been done. The studio time has been taken care of, and we're in the studio Thursday and Friday of this week. Tomorrow and Friday, actually Friday and Saturday, to begin the album for 2025. So Ferros is fierce, and Ferros is on fire.
Yes.
There's no stopping it now. So to end the discussion of, is there really a band? Yes, there truly is a band. Are they real musicians? Yeah, I'm one of them. So definitely, download the music, stream it on wherever you listen to your music, and you make the decision there, and then give me a call, and we'll work out a deal. We'll come perform at your venue.
I love how you mentioned the name, because when you first told me the name was Feroz, I'm like, that means fierce. I love it. Like, what a perfect name, you know? It goes with the music. It just vibes and it flows really good.
Yeah, and Andrew Rodriguez is the mastermind behind that. He wanted a certain name to stand out, to stick out, and I think he nailed it with Ferros. And it's just
nail it.
simply Ferros. I think we just wanted to not have group, to not have conjunto or banda. It's simply Ferros.
Simply Feroz. I love that. The
Yeah.
class, you can't go wrong with a classic with one name.
Yeah.
Where can people find your merchandise, Jose, if they're trying to look for merch, or do you guys have any merch available right
Okay,
now?
so the honest truth behind that is that the merchandise is currently being selected. I think every day I'm getting something from Andrew, as far as a T-shirt layout or a cap design. Actually, we do have some tumblers with the Ferros logo
I
on.
love that. I love the lion.
Yeah, because the line is what?
Royalty.
Fierce, very royalty fierce. So we're working on that as well. So the merchandise isn't available just yet, but I will tell you that we do have plans to be in Las Vegas in July for the Tejano Takeover. So I'm sure by then the tables will be full of merchandise. Until then, I don't think that there's anywhere you can go to purchase the merchandise just yet.
And you make it so evident how important networking is in this industry and in any industry, really, because I think that we need to support each other as a culture and just as musicians and as people and humanitarians, because my husband and I went to the Henry Peña holiday dance in December, I believe, and I love the venue. It was beautiful. And we started talking to the owner, and he's like, "Oh, by the way, Shelly Lares is getting married here," and I was like, "Whoa, that's amazing!" And I didn't say it, or I didn't want to say anything when he told me that, because I knew maybe people were keeping it on the down low. But now
Sure,
that I
sure.
saw her pictures and everything's out, I'm
They're
like,
married,
oh,
yeah.
like, yeah, her wedding was so beautiful, and I love that venue. And I was telling my husband, this is perfect for my daughter's quinceañera because my daughter turns
Yes.
15 this year. So everything, goes together. So when you said that about your band, I'm like, I might call you to book your band, like for
There
my
you go.
daughter's quinceañera, because we need music and a DJ. Like I met DJ Ray the other day.
Yeah.
That's why I love to be in this industry, because you meet so many people that are so creative, and it's
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. And then again, so I've got the magazine and I want to help people out. And it's usually like, well, what is it going to cost? What of course we all say that first. I go to the grocery store and I look at pricing. I don't look at the product. I see the pricing first, and then I'm like, okay, I'm going with that one. So you kind of got to be selective right now, because everything's so expensive, and it leads into our music as well. You know, this price for this band, this price for it varies because of the talent. It varies because of the time that these musicians have put into the industry, into their job. So yes, it's going to vary in the whole bit, but you can also be selective, as long as you get the quality of music that you're looking for and the commitment from the band as well. So I get you. You get to meet people. I'm willing to help with, hey, throwing an ad in here for a promoter or a singer or a radio station, and then you might need me for a quinceañera or something, or we can come on your show and just talk and shoot the shit. So yeah, you never know who you're gonna meet that's gonna help scratch your back whenever you might need that.
Yes, I love it, and that's just part of our culture of being there for each other, and promoting our heritage and our traditions, and
Hmm.
just, being supportive of each other. I think that's important. We might not always agree, or we have different musical tastes, but I think that just being supportive and being positive, even though it's not always easy, I think that's always the best bet to show, like, our professionalism and the fact that we're honing our craft in whatever area we may be in.
Yeah, that leads to another quick thing is, there's room for everybody in
There
this,
you go.
and there's plenty to eat, right? Sometimes someone might get a little greedier than the other one, but okay, it's very difficult to try to explain what I'm saying. The guys on the top have earned their spot. Bottom line, that's the way it is. And if you're professional enough to put that in your head, there's no reason to be angry at anyone else. If you put the time in, that's where you belong. And again, we understand our position as far as Ferros goes, that we've been in the industry for a long time. We fine tune our craft. We know what we are doing, but we've accepted the fact that we're the new guy. We're on the block, even though look at all this gray that we got going on. But we know what we're doing. We just have to fight our way to get in there. But I don't fight as in talk bad about anybody or be upset because somebody got the gig and I didn't get the gig. I mean, fight within yourself to improve, to be better, to sell yourself on Facebook or social media better, to create your album cover to stand out where everybody else is, let's not say mediocre, but they're happy with it. Make yours better than that. If you want to be on the top of the food chain, guess what? You're going to have to be fierce and you're going to have to fight for that opportunity. Otherwise, it's not ever going to be handed to you. There's just no way. So, again, there's no reason for everybody to be mad at each other. Everybody just get along and do your thing, man. That's what it's about.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I love how you worded that, because anything that you want to do takes a lot of work, and it takes a lot of dedication. So it's a perfect name. Going back to
It,
fierce, you got to
yeah,
be
yeah.
fierce in
Gotta
anything
fierce,
you
you
do.
got to find your segue to promote Ferros as much as possible.
No, we're proud of everything you guys are doing, man. And seeing all the right tracks you guys are doing, man. And when you guys put out the single, put out and looking forward to seeing you guys put out more and more music and videos, and looking to see you guys put out more tracks, man.
Yeah, definitely. Andrew has a plan, man. He's got a game plan. He knows what he wants, and we're after it. It's taken a while to get the wheels rolling, but trust me, they're rolling now, and there really is no stopping it. We just need to get out there to the public a little bit more and earn the public's trust, and we love and appreciate everything that comes with it.
Well, one way to get out to the public, you got us right here in the Mexico Radio Talk Show. We're here to help get out there, man. That's what we do. Is we help get out the artists, and we're to help push out the artists. That's what we do best. And is there anything we can do to help, man? Is just let us know. Shoot us a message, and if there's a video or album that you got going on. Don't hesitate to give us a ring or give us a buzz, and we get you guys
For
on the show,
sure.
man.
Perfect, perfect, perfect. Yeah. Again, I think that we will need another invite once we can get all this other, technical issues figured out so you can hear the guys, man. I mean, they've got stories of their own. They've been on the road a very long time, so I'm sure they've got a lot to say. And next time I'm just gonna sit back here and let them do all the talking, man. I'm just
But
gonna
it was beautiful to get your perspective because it's nice to hear from all the perspectives, from people that are in front of the scenes, behind the scenes. It's nice to get all the perspectives to get a better idea
Sure.
of the band.
Yeah,
No, of
definitely,
course.
definitely.
No,
And
it's
dog,
no,
do
it's
you have any more saludos or any more shout outs that
No,
you
I got
see?
a few shout outs, man. We got Ana Martinez in the house. We got my mom in the house. We got La Jolla Promotions in the house. We got Elizabeth Ramos. She says if we can make her a shout out to let me see, to her niece, Aliana Danielle Rendon, who just had a baby girl yesterday, from Liz and Wela Joseph Miguel Alaman from Liz. So big shout out to her out there from Elizabeth. Big shout
Congratulations.
out.
Thank you for watching.
Congratulations out there. Thank you for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. We got Jose Garza checking in with us from Feroz. It's not Grupo. It's not.
Just Feroz.
Hen Dog is gonna get the band wrong, man. A la máquina, man. I'll be calling the band A la máquina for us now.
A la máquina.
A la máquina.
I
You
think
still
it's
need
just
the
gonna.
shirts, Hen Dog. He still needs to make the A la Máquina shirts. I'm still waiting for my shirt, Hen Dog, here in San
Yeah,
Antonio.
no, I gotta get
A
on
la
the road
Máquina.
with some A la máquina shirts. I gotta get with the momager and the managers, and gotta get the ducks on the road, man. I gotta get some A la máquina shirts, and got to get those on the road. So we got Feroz in the house. We got Jose Garza, Callejon Obscuro, man. Be sure to contact them, man. These guys are up for hiring, man, for weddings, quinceañeras. They will travel. I think they travel to all the way to Hawaii, ladies and gentlemen. So if the price is right, they will travel, all right?
Hey,
Because they're all over Facebook, man.
just pay for the flights, man. I'll be there.
So Jose, on behalf of all the staff, man, is there anything you'd like to say or any advice you'd like to give somebody before we head out, man, and let us shout outs? Would you like to give before we head out, brother?
Well, I'll tell you this. First of all, thank you guys for having me on the show. I appreciate that. From the bottom of my heart, it does mean a lot because we are trying very hard to get out there to the public, just to get into their ear. And once we're in there, they'll realize, that we do mean business, and we truly do own our craft when it comes to performing for any venue or quinceañera or wedding, like you mentioned. But I do want to say that the guys are working as hard as they can. I mean, everybody has a job that they do. I'm trying to handle all of the social media stuff. They're creating the music. They're writing the music. Um, Creating the music on the instrument, as far as the accordion, vocals, and bass, drums, and whatnot. So we just really want to earn your trust, guys. Follow us on Facebook and see what we're up to every single day, and you'll see that we're just ordinary people who decided they wanted to be musicians for some crazy reason years and years ago, and we're still trying to get there. So
That's
that's pretty much all
beautiful.
I
You're
got.
still in the journey. Todavía
Yeah,
sigues en el camino. So
yeah.
that's beautiful. And what's something you would like to say, just a little bit more of advice for somebody that wants to start, but maybe they're hesitant? Like, what can you tell them, or maybe some advice you can give them?
Honestly, don't hold yourself back. I mean, we are our own worst critic. Do not allow yourself to talk yourself out of what you want to do. Just go for it. Once you get that wheel turning, there is no turning back, and there is no such thing as failure. All right, you just pick yourself up and keep on going, because if you didn't fall, then it was too easy, and you really didn't earn it. It was handed to you, given to you. Really work hard for that dream and push it, no matter how long it takes. I mean, I'm 49 years old and I'm still trying to, I don't know, convince people that our genre, our heritage, our culture is the best heritage and culture there is out there. From menudo to our music, I do it in every way possible, whether it be through music, through writing a song, through my magazine, through promoting another band and feeling that they want something that I wish I could have had, which is help. And it's okay to ask for help. So if anybody needs that, call me up, shoot me an email as well. I'm always here to help.
Well, thank you for being so inspirational and for being on our show. And I love what you're saying. My faith is very strong. I think that with God, anything is possible. And
Absolutely.
also, I saw a saying that it just sticks with me that once you decide to make something happen, the universe conspires with you to make it happen. So,
Absolutely.
and I think it's so true because I told myself one day I'm going to go to law school, one day I'm going to apply. And then here I am. I finished my bachelor's, my master's. I'm getting called from law schools already. So you
Yeah.
pray about it, you manifest it, and then you put the intention behind it, and anything's possible.
Yeah, and just always be a good person. Always help others, and it'll come back to you.
Yes, be humble, be kind. Remember that we're all fighting for something. Some people are going through things that they don't talk about, and you never know how
Sure.
that kindness or that smile or that help can change their day.
Absolutely, absolutely, guys. Thank you so much for having me. The guys appreciate it very much as well.
Thank you,
for
Jose.
being
Thank
on
you,
the
Jose.
show.
Callejón Obscuro. God bless you. Thank you, sir.
God bless.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
What do you think, Maria Linda? Such an awesome gentleman, man. Jose Garza Callejón Obscuro Feroz, man. This guy is a band member. He plays bajo sexo for Feroz. Man, these guys are talented, man. Hopefully we can have these guys back on the show. Maybe we can get them to play a live jam session on the show. Maybe have them, maybe I don't know, man. Work some magic, right? With their manager, their whole people, all right. Just
I
have a
love
good time with them, right?
Maybe we can start a new trend of having the manager come on first and then having the band because, hey, that works because it gives us a new perspective on the band and what an awesome energy he has that he plays bajo sexto, but then also he's a writer, he's inspirational. He's like us. He's multifaceted. He does so many things like all of us out there. Like we're hustling every day. So he has a very inspirational story to share.
Right, exactly, man. I just want to say thank you to everybody checking in, man. Yeah, he's very inspirational to everybody out there. He has a very talented gift and talented story. I mean, his dad's been in the business for over 60 years and 74 years old and still going, man. The Garças, man, they're all good, talented musicians, and he's with a great group of guys and looking forward to having them back on. And I want to say thank you to everybody checking in with us. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow, man. We're gonna have a live interview with Liz Garcia, la cantante. Tomorrow, 9 p.m. Texas time, 8 o'clock p.m. New Mexico time. Maria Linda, I want to say thank you to everybody, to all our managers, our crew, my mom, my grandma, my brother-in-law, my sister, the managers of the talk show, our co-hosts in the house, all our team, all our crew. Thank you for tuning in. Any last words for our fans out there, Maria Linda?
Thank you so much for watching and for supporting the show. It wouldn't be possible without you. Just remember to be kind, to be awesome, to spread our culture, and just always smile, and the world smiles with you. I love that scene. And I think it's true. Just be positive. And thank you, everybody, for watching. And that's about it. Thank you so much, and God bless.
Yes, God bless. I think I'm going to close it out with this one right here, man. It goes a little bit something like this.
En la cara, pásame con otro por enfrente, grítame que no con la mirada, para ver si dejo de quererte, vuélveme a decir que no me quieres, para que me quede bien clarito, si en todas las paredes dejo de escribir te necesito. Ya lo sé, y aunque llore, te pida y te implore, no vas a volver. Yo lo sé. Como
¿Qué más? Andrew Feroz, ya lo sé. Rejón, oscuro, porque aquí es la casa. Puro Andrew Feroz. ¡Dule!
Ya lo sé, y aunque llore, te pida y te implore, no vas a volver. Yo lo sé, pero a mi corazón como diablos lo hago entender. Ya lo sé. Y aunque tú no me quieras, yo siempre te recordaré. Mírame, dime que aunque te pida y te llore, te ruegue, te implore, no vas a volver. Yo sé bien que estoy afuera, pero el día que yo me muera, sé que tendrás que llorar. Dirás que no me quisiste, pero vas a estar muy triste y así te me vas a quedar. Con dinero y sin dinero, yo hago siempre